Alright, what's going on everybody? It's Phonics, and today I'm bringing you a list of the top 5 best elite drop weapons. Well, not so much, they don't have to be elite weapons, but basically supply drop weapons that you can get that are, in my opinion, the top 5 best ones that you can receive. So if you get any of these weapons, make sure you hold on to them, don't sell them for XP, because they are some of the best guns in the game. And usually, in the case of the elite weapons, they're usually better than the original versions. So make sure you hold on to them if you get any of these off the list. But just because a weapon is an elite weapon, doesn't mean that it's better. There's a lot of elite weapons that are actually worse than the standard weapon. So yeah, I just wanted to clear that up. Before I get into the list though, I just want to mention the gameplay in the background. It is an IMR DNA bomb on the map Retreat. I just needed a gameplay to kind of match the commentary length, so yeah, it's not my fastest DNA bomb by any means, but it is kind of unique because I am using an IMR, I forget the variant, I think it's called the Impact. It's actually an enlisted version, it's not like an elite weapon or anything, and that's what I wanted to kind of get into, is with some of the weapons, like for instance the IMR, I have an elite version of the IMR, and I actually prefer the enlisted version, the Impact, to the, what's the name that I have? I think it's called the Thunder Tusk. But anyway, yeah, basically the Impact is like just +1 damage, -1 range, and I feel like the IMR kind of lacks a little bit of damage, especially because I run it with a silencer. So yeah, that's why I think that this version is better than the elite version that I have. But anyway, before I get into the top 5 though, I do want to say there is a couple honorable mentions, and this list by any means is not, there is no best gun in any game. There's arguments, that's just an opinion, you know. Certain guns have their strong suits, if you know what I mean, and certain guns do certain situations well, and certain guns will handle different situations better than others. Obviously, like a really good all-around gun is better than a gun that's just good in one situation. But yeah, so basically, I just wanted to clear that up, guys. I just don't want any arguments like, oh, well, this gun's definitely better than this, blah blah blah. This is all my opinion, but I'm sure a lot of people would agree with me on this. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, some of the honorable mentions are going to be, one, the Moore's Silver Bullet and the Moore's Quick Bolt. I don't have either of these. I actually have the Quick Bolt on my other account, and I didn't really notice too much of a difference, but a lot of feeders and quick scopers like the Quick Bolt because apparently it you can get rounds off a little bit faster. It cocks the bolt back a little bit faster. Another one would be the SN6 the third. That's an elite weapon. I have actually picked this up and it's really good. It's a lot better than the SN6, and what you want to look for in a good elite weapon or a good supply drop weapon is something where it focuses on the weapon's weak spots. You know, like for instance the SN6, the third, it has +1 damage and +2 range. Those are the two suits where the weapon is lacking. You know, it's more of a close range, low damage weapon, but if you get something that ups the damage a little bit and something that ups the range a little bit, that's what you want to look for, you know? You want to look on improving the weapon's weak spots. Okay, so let's get into it, the top 5. Number 5 is going to be the ARX 160. It's going to be the Steel Bite. And I've actually gotten this out of a supply drop. It's an elite weapon. It's got a really cool camo. It's like pink and gold. And it's got +3 damage, -2 accuracy, -1 fire rate. But the thing about it is the ARX already fires fast, so you're not really losing out much. And it's already a super accurate weapon because it's a burst weapon. So that +3 damage allows you to actually one-burst people, where the regular ARX you're not able to one-burst people. So I think that's really cool. There's another variant that's a little bit easier to find. It's called the Hole Puncher, and that has +2 damage, -1 accuracy, -1 handling. And that's also the same thing. You're able to one-burst people. So those are the only 2 versions of the ARX where you're able to one-burst people. So I think they're pretty cool. You guys, if you get a hold of the Hole Puncher or the Steel Bite, the ARX versions, make sure you hold on to them and try them out because they're actually way better than the regular ARX. So moving on, we got the AK-12. This is at number 4. We got the AK-12 RIP. And this is a pretty popular weapon. It seems like a lot of people have been getting this. I've picked one up off the ground, but I haven't actually gotten one myself. It's got +2 accuracy, which is already, the AK is already a super accurate weapon, so that's not really too big of a deal. And then +1 damage, which the AK definitely lacks in damage. So that's pretty cool. And the only drawbacks are it has a little bit less of an ammo in the mag. I think it actually has 26 rounds. I'm not 100% positive because I don't have the weapon, and -1 mobility. See, weapons like the AK where they're super accurate, you can afford to lose a little bit in accuracy or range if you're gaining fire rate or damage, because you want to improve on the weapon's weak spots, which is damage. You know, it already has it's so accurate already that you can afford to lose a little bit of accuracy. So, alright, anyway, number 3 is going to be the MP11 Goliath. This is actually going to be the only submachine gun in this category, but the reason it's in here is because it has +3 damage, -3 handling, and that's pretty sick. From what I have heard about the gun, it is really powerful, and a little gun like that fires so fast, having +3 damage is probably insane. I really want to get my hands on that, so that's pretty cool. Number 1 and number 2 are actually really close, and I really couldn't decide on the two. It was a really tough decision, so sorry if you guys don't agree with me, but number 2 is going to be the Val27 Obsidian Steed. A lot of people would say this is the number 1 weapon in the game. It's like so close, it's almost a tie, but just looking at the statistics, I'm going to have to go with the Obsidian Steed in number 2 spot. And for those of you guys who don't know, the Obsidian Steed has +2 damage, +1 mobility, -1 accuracy, -1 fire rate, -1 handling. The reason I put this other weapon in front of the Val is because, yes, the Val has +2 damage, which is really good, but it's got -1 accuracy and -1 fire rate, so it means it fires slower and is less accurate, which is not great. I mean, the Obsidian Steed is still a beast of a weapon, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I think the statistics on the number 1 weapon are a little bit better, which would be number 1, the HBR A3 Insanity. And this weapon is absolutely insane. The name describes it perfectly. As you guys know, the HBR A3, it's a pretty powerful weapon, but it fires kind of slow. So the Insanity version just totally adds on to the weapon's weak spots. It's got +2 fire rate and +1 damage. At the negative spot, and the negative statistics of it is -1 handling, and you can't have any optics. So it sucks for all you guys that like to run red dot sights, but I'm not really an optic man myself. Not the team, just running optics on a weapon. But yeah, that's just to me the perfect weapon. I appreciate all you guys watching the video today, and have a good day, guys. I'm out. Peace.